Chapter 2: Project Planning. Project Plan: a document that is used to communicate the project, cost estimates, schedule, and organization to a customer. Its purpose is to put in the writing the customer needs and what we plan to do to meet those needs. Components of a project plan. Project scope: a description that assures the customer that we understand what is wanted. It is a definition of the system boundary. Project schedule: includes the work breakdown structure, the deliverables, and a timeline to show what is happening when during the life of the project. Project team organization is a list of the people on the project team, how they are organized and who they are and what they will be doing. Technical description: proposed system, list the system hardware and software. Components of a project plan: project standards, procedures, and proposed system methodologies. A plan that contains the system design, program code, and testing methodology. Quality assurance plan: a plan that discusses the accuracy required by the system and how it will be guaranteed. Special development tools and requirements: describes the need for special tools and techniques used to build the system. Configuration management plan outlines the way in which we will keep track of modifications made to the system or its requirements after the initial requirements are defined. Documentation plan: list of all projects, documents proceed during the development. Data management plan: explain the customer how data will be gathered. Resource management plan describes how physical resource will be used. Test plan describes to the customer how we will be performing the testing.
Components of project plan. Training plan. Describe each training class. What is to be taught and for whom the class is the most appropriate. Security plan. Addresses the way the system assures the security of data, users, and hardware. Maintenance plan. Lists the responsibility in changing the code, repairing hardware, and supporting documentations and training. Laws of project management. Number 1. No major project is ever installed on time, within budget, with the same staff that started it. Yours will not be the first. Number 2. Projects progress quickly until they become 90% complete. Then they remain at 90% complete forever. Number 3. When the things are going well, something will go wrong. When things just can't get worse, they will. When things appears to be going better, you have overlooked something. Number 4. No system is ever completely debugged. Attempts to debug a system inevitably introduce new bugs that are even harder to find. Number 5. A carelessly planned project will take 3 times longer to complete than expected. A carefully planned project will take only twice as long. Project schedule describes the software development life cycle for a particular project. It enumerates the phases or stages of the project, break each into discrete tasks or activities to be done. Portray the interactions among this piece of work and estimates the time that each task or activity will take. Deliverables are the items that customer expects to see during the development of the project. Activity is a part of the project that takes place over a period of time. Milestone indicate that the measurable level of progress has been made. It also pertains to the completion of an activity. Work breakdown structure exhibits the project as a set of discrete pieces of work. This is the sample activity graph. A graph that consists of nodes representing milestones of the project and lines representing the activities involved. Precursor is an event or set of events that must occur before the activity can begin. Duration is the length of time it will take to complete the activity. Endpoint signifies that the activity has ended, usually the milestone or deliverable. Critical path method is an analysis of the paths among the milestones of a project. We use the paths to show the minimum amount of time it will take to complete the project, given our estimates of the duration of each activity, real time or actual time, is the estimated amount of time required for the activity to be completed. Available time is the amount of time available in the schedule for the activity's completion. Slack time is the difference between the available time and the real time for the activity. Slack time equals available time, real time. Personnel characteristics. Ability to perform the work. Interest in the work. Experience with similar application, tools or techniques. Training. Ability to communicate with others. Ability to share responsibility with others. Management skills. Lines of communication. This is the sample of lines of the communication. This is between the two people lines. And this is between the three people lines. This is between 5 people to 10 lines. Characteristics that affect the quality of work. This is the characteristic that may affect the quality of your work. First, technical ability, comfort, experience, ability to share, communication skills, management skills, training, and interest. Different work styles. Intuitive introvert. Ask others, acknowledge feelings. Intuitive extrovert. Tell others, acknowledge feelings. Rational introvert. Ask others, logical decision. Rational extrovert. Tell others, logical decision. Extroverts, people that tell others what their thoughts are. Introvert, prefer to ask suggestion before expressing your own opinion. Intuitive, people who base their decision on their feelings about and emotional reaction to a problem. Rational, decide primarily by examining what they regard as facts. Rational extroverts tend to assert their ideas and not to let emotion affect decision making. They tell their colleagues what they want them to know, but they rarely ask for more information before doing so. Rational introverts avoid emotional decision. They are always willing to take time to consider all possible opinions before making a decision. They are information gatherers. They do not feel comfortable making a decision unless they are convinced that they have all facts in hand. Intuitive extrovert base many decisions on emotional reaction and tend to what to tell others about them rather than ask for input. Intuitive introverts are creative but only applies creativity after having gathered information.
So, project team organization. The choice of the organizational structures depend on several things: the background and the work style of the people working on the project, the number of the people working on the project, and the management styles of the customers and developer. So here is the structures of the chief programmer team. As usual, chief programmer is on the top. Next, assistant chief programmer, senior programmer, librarian, administration, test team, and the junior programmer. So, cost of building a system. This is the type of cost. First is facilities. Computer hardware and software, arrays, processors, database machine, terminals, printers, plotters, other peripheral device, communication equipment, storage media and supplies, operation system, database, management package, graphic program, communication procedures, simulation tool, and etc. So people, salary, benefits, allowance, incentives, project methods and tools like training, periodic status meeting, etc. So tools and technique for tracking cost and schedule. So project management aids are available for keeping track of the project costs and schedules. Work breakdowns structures list down the project along its phases, steps, and activities. Gantt chart, a graph that shows that activity in parallel. So milestone bar chart, progress report. Resource load, a graph of the relationship between the people assigned to the project and those needed at each stage. So that is the needed techniques for the tracking cost and schedule. So thank you, that's all. So project team organization. The choice of the organizational structures depend on several things: the background and the work style of the people working on the project, the number of the people working on the project, and the management styles of the customers and developer. So here is the structures of the chief programmer team. As usual, chief programmer is on the top. Next, assistant chief programmer, senior programmer, librarian, administration, test team, and the junior programmer. So, cost of building a system. This is the type of cost. First is facilities. Computer hardware and software arrays, processors, database machine, terminals, printers, plotters, other peripheral device, communication equipment, storage media and supplies, operation system, database, management package, graphic program, communication procedures, simulation tool, and etc. So, people, salary, benefits, allowance, incentives, project methods and tools like training, periodic status meeting, etc. So, tools and technique for tracking cost and schedule. So, project management aids are available for keeping track of the project costs and schedules. Work breakdowns structures list down the project along its phases, steps, and activities. Gantt chart, a graph that shows that activity in parallel. So milestone bar chart, progress report. Resource load, a graph of the relationship between the people assigned to the project and those needed at each stage. So that is the needed techniques for the tracking cost and schedule. So thank you, that's all.